Oh, it went live again. Wow. See, that's how you have to do it.
Nice.
I figured it out. It's still stupid, but I figured it out.
Crack the code.
It means you have to be on YouTube. Like on Twitch, you just whatever. You put your key in and you just go, right? But,
oh, yeah.
It's like a car.
I know. Do you play Deep Rock Galactic, bro?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that game's awesome. I love that game.
I've heard people talk about it for a long time. I finally decided to give it a shot.
Did you like it? I guess we'll hear.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it was good.
That's cool, man. Oh, jeez. Power Wash Simulator Midgar Special Pack. Is that a Final Fantasy thing? Crossover?
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy DLC for Power Wash.
Oh my gosh, dude. We ain't even going to bother with these new releases. Everything's getting out of the way of Power Wash Simulator Midgar Special Pack. All right. Yeah, there's nothing in the release. Just forget it. Forget about it.
Oh, I got to start a new Audacity thing.
Oh, I gotta do that too. I think I need to be closer to my microphone. The problem is that Audacity pops off when I'm close to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to
I should,
so I try to sit back.
I should test Audacity. Let's see what this sounds like.
Check. Yeah, I'm at like 0.24 recording volume, and it's almost pegging out. It's probably okay if I'm like right here.
I don't. Maybe I don't have to, but I do put my recording volume like all the way to the max.
It's probably okay if I'm like right here.
Previously, I think Jeremy said like it was barely picking up.
It was low, and then the air noise would be relatively loud. But I mean, I could always fix it.
Does it lately? Does it sound all right?
Yeah, it's been fine.
Okay, cool.
All right. I am recording, and we are streaming.
Let's start recording. Recording.
And
yeah, there's the waveform right there.
There you go. There's my what I'm up to. I've been sick since like Wednesday. So I've been
really. It's that weird sore throat thing going around.
Yeah, it's like a chest cold.
Yeah.
Today
that's what COVID has morphed into.
Yeah. Today I'm finally getting to the point where I'm feeling okay. I almost just spit out this water reading the first news speedrun headline. Playdate update showcase.
That's right. I have a prediction for Playdate. I think it was that it would be super successful. So I'm very invested in.
My brother's got one. I haven't seen it. He has one. I think he ordered one. He pre-ordered one.
You could do some cranky things with it, I suppose.
Don't get cranky.
I think the concept's cool. I think it's a little too pricey, in my opinion. But
they should. You know what they should do? They
like
should
$150 or something.
A Donkey Kong Cranky Kong spinoff.
Oh, dude,
that's a good idea. Cranky Kong, but it's like because it's like sort of a retro platform. Cranky Kong is a young ape.
Young Cranky Kong.
And he's like, this is like the origin, like Donkey Kong origins.
Like this is how he got cranky.
Exactly. Cranky's.
Oh my gosh!
Cranky
this is the coolest thing ever.
Cranky's Kong story.
These headlines are great, man. I don't know what happened.
Cranky's Kong.
There is no news either. Like this is going to be the quickest episode ever.
Cranky's Kong Quest.
Cranky's Kong.
Or did they already do that?
Yeah, Diddy's Kong Quest. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
No, they did Diddy Kong. They can do Cranky Kong now.
Yeah.
How about Donkey Kong's Cranky Quest? With the crank.
How about Kanky Dong's Cranky?
How about Danky Kang Crank? Danky Kang's Crank.
That's
Danky Cranks.
Danky Kang is like his arch nemesis.
Danky Kang's Cranky Caper.
Yeah.
Cranky Caper? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Danky Kang's Cranky Caper.
Not bad. I like it. We'll go with that.
It's too bad we haven't started the show.
We're naming the episode in the pre-show.
Danky Krang's Danky
Krang.
Wow. Danky Krang. As you see, there was a new Ninja Turtles.
Krang's Dankest.
I watched the trailer for that new Ninja Turtles, and
I watched like the first few seconds of it. I kind of was distracted.
It's like teenage like actual teenage turtles.
Yeah, like they have phones and stuff now.
They have one of them has braces on, like because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like they're not really teenagers, and then like the movies, they don't act like teenagers. They act like 20-something to 30-year-olds.
Like a teenager.
Yeah.
Damn! Sort of. Get back here! I'm not finished with you.
Yeah.
Damn!
It's true.
But this one, they're like acting like dumb teenagers.
The appeal is less.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for a new generation of idiots.
I didn't actually watch the thing, but I'm sure it's fine.
You should watch it.
I will.
All right. The animation looks really good.
Yeah. Spider-Verse-y.
Yeah. All right. Clapping, I guess.
All right.
1, 2, 3. 340, 343, 343.
335.
343. ASMR.
What does that stand for?
Audio synchronistic modern reflex. Something like that.
Modern?
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Meridian response.
33.
All right.
You guys know what Meridian 59 is?
That was like an old proto MMO, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Meridian
I think
59?
it was technically a MUD, a multi-user dungeon.
Meridian 59? I used to play a game on the BBSs called Usurper. Did you ever play that?
No.
I did play Usurper. I don't remember liking it.
It was okay. And Legend of the Red Dragon I played a lot of.
Yeah, Legend of the Red Dragon was fine. I can't. There was one that I really liked that was sort of a Mad Max style. What was it? It was like a radiated environment, and you would survive out there.
Fallout.
It was kind of Fallout-y. I can't think of what it was called. No, it was. We're talking. This is like old BBS stuff.
Yeah.
Like old bulletin board games.
Drug Wars.
But like Trade Wars was probably the thing I played.
Oh yeah, Trade Wars. Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Usurper, and I played a lot of Legend of the Red Dragon. Anyway,
Usurper is a good title. Somebody needs to bring that back.
You could like sell drugs on it, and when I was a teenager, it was like really cool.
On your TI-82 or whatever.
Basically, I mean, it wasn't much.
My 286 with my 14.4 modem.
Yeah, you could scroll some real text on those 286s.
Download a JPEG in 30 minutes. Freaking rule.
Put some Congo Bongo with Danky Krang.
Danky Kangs, Cranky. Cranky Caper.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Game by Show podcast. It is March the 6th, 2023. We're doing this podcast again. It's Monday. My name is LeGrand. I'm joined by Jeremy and Dale. Hello, fellers.
Hey guys. Happy Mar 10 Mario Day observed here on the Game by Show podcast.
We celebrate on the 6th officially.
We do. We shifted ahead so that we can just hang out with the bros and appreciate the voice acting in the upcoming Super Mario Brothers movie.
Does that come out this
Chris
Friday?
Pratt? No. I don't know when it comes out. I think it's coming out a couple days early, but is it this month?
No, it's like May or something or June.
They missed a
March.
step. They should have.
No, Mario movie release date.
Listen, I think I've talked about this on the
April
show.
5th. Holy shit! Is it? It's April, dude. It comes out in April.
It's in a month from now.
April 5th. Yeah. Wow.
All right, Jeremy. Here's the real question. We gonna go see that movie on opening night? You and I.
Opening night? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, there's going to be like a lot of kids there. And
there's going to be a lot of clapping.
Yeah, they're going to be like.
That's right around the Ides of April. So.
All right,
yeah.
We're going to go see
it.
Let's go see it Monday night. Let's go see it Sunday night.
All right.
The opening weekend where you won't have kids there, especially in Utah.
All right. It's a deal.
Sunday night, and we'll invite anyone who is listening to the sound of our voice that's from Utah to come.
Any
middle-aged
nerds.
Post-credits sequence. Is it Yoshi? Is Yoshi in the post-credits sequence, or is it like?
Oh, dude, it's so Yoshi. Yeah.
It had better be something from the Bean Kingdom. Like I want to see Fawful.
How about Gino? You know, the dude from RPG.
Dude.
There you go.
Now we're
there you
talking.
go. Mallow, Gino, some references.
Yeah, Gino.
Okay. It'll be Yoshi.
I dig. I think I think Gino though, if we were gonna pick our like dream voice actor, I think it would be Willem Dafoe as Gino.
What?
I like that.
No,
I like that.
like kind of like a creepy puppet, sort of like I
Doing
can't.
the like Boondock Saints era Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I can't even
Or,
think. I can't even think of that character and what I would even
Mallow
picture
is
the name.
Gene Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
I think it'd be Charles Martinet probably.
Steve Buscemi needs to be a Toad, like just whoever the Toad is in that.
What if they had like
movie.
Steve Buscemi and like Chris Rock or something like that as just like as background Toads or something like that?
Chris Rock? I don't see him as a Toad. He would be
No?
like Lemmy O'Koopa. You know, one of the Koopa kids.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
There
we
you
gotta-
go. There you go. Are the Koopa kids in this movie? I don't know. They show up in the trailer.
I
Probably
don't
not.
think so. No, you gotta say
Dumb.
you gotta hold something back.
Yeah, for the sequel.
Yeah,
The sequel, they're going
But-
to Dreamland, I think, right?
maybe. Hopefully, there's like
Probably.
frog suit. I want to
Yeah.
see a frog suit.
Dude, it's gonna be so full of references. We're all gonna hate it.
They're gonna have to try hard not to spend all the references in the first.
Oh,
You know?
opening like roll, like the old B roll at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mario better teach typing in this movie, or I'm out.
Yeah. Or the pipe dream puzzle game.
Where he gets lost in time, or what's the time machine? Mario's time machine or something.
All
Yeah.
right, what's the over under on he hits a POW block and knocks people on their backs?
100%.
100% happening. Okay,
Yeah.
40, a little less than half.
That's gonna pay out 1-to-1.
1-1. Everyone who puts money into that one gets their money back and
Mhm.
straight up.
The Mario Brothers reference pool. I like it.
Yeah. And any other
gonna-
references? Any other references?
So, Legrand, I'm gonna bring a bingo card to movie night. We're gonna.
Oh, dude,
Bonus
we should
World.
we should do
We're gonna
that
do
and
Super
pass
Mario
them
Brothers
out.
bingo.
We should pass them out and have prizes. That'd be so awesome.
There's gonna be a Minus World reference, but it's probably gonna be something a little bit clever. Like they're gonna be like a digital billboard somewhere where it has like crowns and halves.
A
of
minus and a
sprites.
coin or something.
Yeah,
Here-
something like that.
Here's the post-credit scene. Captain Lou Albano, don't do drugs, or you go to hell and then you die.
Okay, is that on your bingo card?
That's That's right in the center.
Dude, if
I
we
was thinking-
if we made bingo cards and took them on opening night and handed them out, and stood at the door and gave them to everybody and say, "There's prize. Here's all of our prizes." That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of
Maybe.
Dry Bones is one space somewhere.
It's a free
Um,
free space. It's gonna be a
Shy
star.
Guy.
Star is gonna be a free space.
Well, there you go. We got a planet. We got a month to plan it.
Okay,
Fanto,
Captain Planet.
Fanto.
Well, guys, welcome to the show.
Luigi Death Stare. You know, as known from the Super Mario Kart.
Oh, the Luigi Death Star. That'll be in there.
Yeah, Luigi Death Stare. is
Something's gonna
definitely-
happen, and he's gonna glare at Mario in that same.
Yeah.
arc. That's gonna
He's
happen.
too
100%.
timid.
No, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right. If you weren't tuned into our YouTube pre-stream, by the way, we were talking about some really cool stuff. So you go back and listen to that. I'm just gonna plug it. We're not gonna say anything about it.
At one point, Mario is gonna somebody's gonna bring him one of those like trays with like a blue velvet sheet on top, and then they're gonna whisk the sheet away, and it's gonna be 6 golden coins.
No. That's
don't think
Wario
so?
Land.
They're gonna. Yeah,
Oh,
they're gonna
Super
hint at
Mario Land, too.
Wario. They're gonna have Wario in the end post-credit scene. It's gonna
and
be like-
Waluigi.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yoshi's
they have
Cookie.
Waluigi, but they snub Wario.
Oh man, I would be all for that.
I think
And
that'd be
then the
really
second movie is
cool.
all about how Wario is angry, got snubbed.
Waluigi's my king.
Maybe they. Yeah. Anyway, I can see that. That's the L, the upside down L's for Lamont.
That's right.
Right.
That's it.
I got
That's
it.
it.
Nailed it. Freaking nailed it.
Isn't that just a 7 upside down now?
It's a 7. Why is there a 7 on his hat? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I thought there was 6 golden coins. Oh, he's the 7th golden coin. All right,
He's the
everybody.
Horcrux.
I've got some video games to talk about, like we do.
Yep.
I've been sick for the last week, so I haven't played a lot of video games. I did play a lot of games on my mobile device, my mobile phone. I posted a screenshot in the Discord of all of these games that I've downloaded. I've deleted exactly one of
Is
those.
that what that was? I was wondering why you posted a bunch of crap games on your phone.
Yeah, I downloaded a whole bunch of games. I played a bunch of last week. I talked about Into the Dead 2, right? Didn't I?
It was a classic episode. I hope everybody
it's really good. It's
enjoyed
really
that.
good.
one.
I totally didn't forget about that game.
So I need to talk about. So I played Dead Cells first of all. I played a lot of Dead Cells while I was at my daughter's dance performance.
On
I was
mobile.
sitting there on mobile, and I had my little controller thingy, my Razer Kishi or whatever it is, plugged in, and that game plays like great on the iPhone, like with this controller. It played. In fact, it plays better than mobile on the Switch because the Joy-Con are garbage. So proper analog sticks, mobile on my phone, and I sat there and played it for probably 3 hours during the dance recital.
That's a long dance recital.
It's a dance performance, so she performs 3 times over the course of like 7 hours. And so I was just sitting there and I was just playing freaking Dead Cells on my phone. So I don't know, and it's in our new releases. Spoilers for the only thing that we're talking about new releases, but their Castlevania DLC's out or coming out, and I don't know if it's coming to the phone, or I don't know if it definitely won't be DLC because it's part of Apple.
Oh yeah,
Apple Arcade. Or
Apple
whatever.
Arcade.
Huh.
But the game I want to talk about is a game called. This is going to be interesting to everybody. It's a Shovel Knight Dig.
Oh yes, I am actually very interested.
Okay,
Really?
all right. See, okay. So Shovel Knight Dig is a Shovel Knight game, but it's exclusive to Apple Arcade, which is the biggest bummer of all time because this game is actually really, really, really cool.
Do you think it has more players by virtue of being on Apple Arcade?
More players than the first Shovel Knight, probably.
Well, then it would otherwise.
Well, you're never gonna have more if you're exclusive, right?
Well, I mean, maybe if you get like promotion on the end of that.
Yeah. So this is the one that's like Mr. Driller or Digger or something like that.
So
right?
combine Mr. Driller
Great game.
with SteamWorld Dig.
Another good game.
With Shovel Knight.
Oh, that's 3 good games.
That's what you got. 3 good games.
Yeah. So it's basically a combination of all that where you're digging. I mean, there's a convoluted story, but like it's a full featured production Shovel Knight game. There's nothing like lesser about it because it's only on the iPhone, and it feels great. The artwork, the animation, the dialogue is all what you would expect from another Shovel Knight game. And since it's on Apple Arcade, there's no freemium bullshit, so there's none of that going on. And again, just picture in your mind, like we got to run this through our AI image generator, which is your brain. Shovel Knight.
Just use your imagination the way we used to do it before AI.
Mr. Driller, Shovel Knight, SteamWorld Dig.
That's excellent.
And you can only dig down like Mr. Driller, so you only dig down like Mr. Driller. You're kind of hitting and going to the side. You never go back up. So it's just like Mr. Driller. You're always going down.
Right? Like you can get crushed.
No, you can't get crushed. So you like dig sideways. You dig down. There's enemies. There's jewels and stuff to find, just like a normal Shovel Knight game or whatever. And you dig down, and there's bats flying around and different things. You can, whenever you jump and you're falling down, like you put your shield down or your shovel down, and then you like pogo off of bad guys, or you pogo off of like certain types of bricks and it will break them. There's spikes. And so this game is like a roguelike game. And so as you dig down through these levels, you'll get to an arena where you now are fighting a Shovel Knight boss. So you'll have like the Mushroom Knight or whatever. I was
going to ask if there are new characters.
Oh yeah. So I fought a mushroom guy that he had a mushroom head, and whenever you jumped on his head, normally you just bounce off it because the mushrooms are like bouncy.
Yeah, so, like real mushrooms.
So he would attack you by throwing his mushroom at you, and that's when you could jump on top of him and attack him, or you could hit him with your shovel. And so it kind of has progression very similar to Spelunky, in that you kind of get to the next area, and now it's a different biome or whatever, and you can eventually. As you earn the currency, like so find the gems or whatever, then you can basically pay to get a warp to the next area, just like in Spelunky. So in Spelunky, there were certain parameters that you could kind of accomplish that would kind of give you a direct portal to the ice caverns, for example, right? Or whatever. So in the Spelunky fashion. So it's a roguelike in that you kind of are digging down. You can find items. You can find roguelikey stuff, but it all goes away once your run is over. But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic game. It's again, it sucks that it's only on iPhone, but I mean, we can't reward bad behavior, so just buy an iPhone and and play this game. Like Apple Arcade is a fantastic value at $5 a month, especially if you want to get it for just a few months. And there's so many good games on there. They have like a fully featured NBA 2K23 Arcade Edition, where the graphics are a little trimmed down, but other than that, it's like the full game experience of playing that game. There's, a bunch of things that I downloaded and been kind of screwing around with, but Shovel Knight Dig is probably one of the big standouts that I played this last week.
Yeah. And it's less expensive
awesome.
than Game Pass too, right? Like, I mean, $5 as opposed to like $15.
$5 a month. Usually you can get like a 3-month free trial. Like it's usually like a 3-month free trial. Or sometimes if you like had just bought a new iPhone or whatever, you can, it'll say, get a 6 months free that you bought a new phone or whatever.
Right.
And they'll get you, that's how they get you, right? So they get you in there, and then if you forget to cancel for a month, it's only $5 and like whatever. But
right.
There's a lot of, and again, like Dead Cells is on there. Dead Cells Mobile's great. There's a Pac-Man game. That's like a Pac-Man Party Royale. So it's like a multiplayer Pac-Man game that you can play on there. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Pinball. What was that pinball game that came out that has like all the different... It's on like Steam and stuff like that. It's
like Pinball FX.
Yeah. So Pinball FX has a version called Pinball Party, and there's probably 15 to 20 tables. And again, it's like all just part of Apple Arcade. So there's a lot of that type of stuff on there. So I'm gonna shield again for Apple Arcade because I paid $5 for it again, and I'm getting my money's worth. So Shovel Knight Dig is awesome though, and I would recommend people try it out. It sucks that it's just not.
I just don't want to believe. I want to like look it up. I'm trusting you. I'm not looking it up that it could somehow be on some other platform, but
it's not.
Kind of a bummer.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll look it up for you.
Well, because there was the other one, the other Shovel Knight game that came out or is coming out.
Oh shit! It's on Steam.
Yeah. I thought it was on some other stuff. But there was also another Shovel Knight game that they were doing.
It is on. Too. It's on. It came on to Steam last October, and it's also on the Switch. I didn't even know that. It's free on Apple Arcade.
It's on everything.
It's on other things now, though.
Lagrange, you did it. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. That's what I'm here for. But when it first came out, it was only on.
Yeah,
it was only on the Apple
one. I feel like there was another game that they were doing too. It was like a
Pocket Dungeon.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that one people did not like as much.
Yeah, this one's really good though, first. And it's on. Apparently, it's on Switch.
Maybe I'll jump on that on the Switch.
It's awesome. It's worth it. It's worth checking out. It's really cool. It's really fun.
Sounds good.
So anyway, that's what I've been playing. Shovel Knight Dig. It's really good.
Cool.
That sounds fun.
Yep.
Well, speaking of biomes, I can talk about what I played this week, which is something that I've heard about for.
Game.
Yeah, it is actually. We're digging it this week. So I have heard for quite a while about a game that, for whatever reason, I would look at and did not have any interest in.
I used to play the Lost Vikings.
Yeah, I know. It's like, dwarves are... Deep Rock Galactic is the game that I'm talking about this week. And I know at least one guy who is so into it and was on the major leaderboards because no one had been playing it, I guess, up to that point or something. I don't know what it was, but for a while he like held some sort of world top slot on some statistic or several statistics or whatever.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then the music is being released on vinyl, and I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then I just decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this out. So I got out my Logitech G Cloud. Well, I have it in my Steam library, and I feel like it's one of those that I wouldn't, really just like. Whenever I'm on Xbox Game Pass, there's usually like some flagship game that's on there that I really want to play. And so stuff like Deep Rock Galactic, I just sort of pass over. But I guess this game's been out for like 5 years or something.
It's not that long, is it? Is it that long?
Like it's been, like 2006.
I think it was in early access for a while.
It could have been.
Probably.
But it's been around for at least a couple years.
Oh shit. Now. February 2018. You're right.
Yeah. Like I was going to say 17, but so what this game is it is a 4-player, almost Left 4 Dead kind of thing. But under the auspices of you are dwarves, up to 4 dwarves with different classes. You can be a digger or a machine gunner.
Official release was 2020, May 2020.
Okay, that sounds a little more reasonable.
That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, who even remembers? And you are in the future, so you're outer space dwarves. And the idea is that you are flying around in your spaceship out there, and you find these asteroids, and you send dwarves down to do mining, like dwarves do, except they're in these space.
That's kind of racist,
Well, dwarves. They like that's true. I mean,
it's true.
It's racist because it's true.
It's racist because it's true. That's the most racist thing I've ever heard. I apologize to our dwarven listeners.
No, so they like drink beer, like all of it. You
That's
the
racist
shorts,
too.
Yeah,
Short
I'm just
kings.
Do they have beers?
beards.
I'm just curious. They have the beers.
They got oh yeah, they got some long
Well,
beards.
that's
So you start out in a lobby, kind of like you would in what's the 40K what's I'm
Vermintide.
losing Vermintide. Yeah. So in Vermintide, you have like a lobby that you go into, and it's sort of in universe or whatever. Same thing is true here. You're on your dwarf spaceship, and you've got like a bar, and you've got like an outfit, because dwarves like outfits, right? So you have all these little stations that you can go to, these computer terminals, but then eventually you find on your almost like the Avengers war table from the Avengers game. You find these zones that you're going to drop down into, and there are different objectives. So sometimes it's just mining, sometimes it's it's mining in some form, really. Honestly, it's just different kinds of mining. But you get down there, and every place is completely randomly generated. I mean, there are games like you mentioned Spelunky a little bit earlier, and Spelunky uses kind of a tile set thing to where you you kind of everything is new, but it's been remixed, and you're sort of like, okay, I recognize this place. I kind of know when I drop down here what it's going to be down there. But this is like every time you play it, it's totally new and interesting. And there's little biomes and stuff. So there's like fire areas in there, and there's like weird starlit things, and just different kinds of plants and different kinds of ore. So you can dig through. Everything is destructible. Like the whole place is destructible. Like it's in Minecraft. When you get down there, you can dig through anything you want to, basically. But there's also like just soft dirt that you can dig through. And so one of your dwarves is like a digger. Anybody has a pickaxe, so you can dig through anytime, no matter what class you have. You got a pickaxe. You're a dwarf. Dwarves love pickaxes. That's what I heard. But you can also be a digger class, and he's got like these rotor things, and so you can just like just kind of like plow through stuff. So the digger class is going to get you to where you're going faster. There's also a scout class. Another thing in this is light. So light is really important. And at any point, you can hit the B button and throw flares out, and it'll illuminate stuff.
And they're unlimited too.
Yeah, you can just throw them anywhere you want to. And there's usually like caverns that you can throw them into and see down in there. And something about the way that they've programmed the darkness, like it's just really satisfying to throw a flare down into a dark place, and it just lights up really nice. And all the different players have different colored flares. Yeah, you attack the darkness all the time in this game. And so that's what the scout is for. The scout class lets you is like really into like finding things, because when you get down there, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't give you like a map ping or anything like that. Like you've got 4 guys down there, and you're just like, I'm just going to start digging over here and see what I find. And like I said, there's a machine gun class, and then there's one that I'm not thinking of. But anyway, there's dwarves. So the thing that really impressed me about this is there's all kinds of different stuff that you can do down there. So for example, sometimes it'll be like collect some ore, right? Straight up. So it'll be like Terraria or something where it's like, I just got to go find some gold ore. And then you just got to go chink, 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 and just kind of get it and then bring it back to, and sometimes there'll be like a little pack mule thing that you can come with you. And it's impervious, but it is the thing where you deposit all of your minerals and all of your findings as you go. There are levels where you find liquid ore, and so you actually construct these pipelines. So like once you find a deposit, like you call down. So the thing about this is you have a command central that is sort of always telling you what's going on. And it'll announce things like, oh, there's a horde of bugs coming in. So it's like space bugs that you're fighting against. There's all kind of just space bugs coming down. And some, that explode and have gaseous vapor. And some of them are little tiny swarmers, and some of them are flyers, and they'll grab you and fly you around helpless and stuff like that. So central command will drop down. You can call down the objective drilling platforms that you eventually would hook up like these pipelines to, and then you can jet grind on the platforms and travel back and forth, and you can build them all like swirly and kind of complicated, and you just grind around on them as you want to. And you can also do like hook shot things, and you can set up grappling lines, and you can just freely grapple. And kind of, there was a He-Man character I remember that he like was a grapple dude, and you'd pull the string and he would like travel along the string or something like that. So you can do something like that in this. You have a lot of traversal options. There's a gun that will grow mushroom platforms or something like that. And so if there's a vertical space, like you can get into a cavern and it's gigantic, and you just have to find a way to get up somewhere. And it doesn't really, you can just dig into soft dirt and kind of like wind your way up and get up there, or you can shoot one of these guns that builds platforms, or you can do a grapple line, or you could, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. And that's the thing, is all the different objectives that you can do. There's just like a lot of weird, there's some, for example, where you are escorting a gigantic drill, and it just plows through the earth. and sometimes it'll run out of fuel. So you got to take out the fuel cells and go gather up the shale oil or whatever to fill it back up, and then plug it back in, and it'll get going again. And in the meantime, while you're riding on top of this thing or whatever, your dudes are trailing behind or whatever, this giant big drill, bugs are coming at it and trying to kill it, and it'll get to this this crystalline heart of the asteroid or something, and then you got to like let it power drill into this gem thing while dudes are coming at it. Like there's just like a lot of different things to do, and I've just been kind of impressed that it's not just something like Left 4 Dead or Vermintide. I mean, there may be little
I don't even compare it to those games. I don't know why people make those comparisons.
I think it's because there's 4 players and and you have classes, I guess. I mean, it's more like Vermintide than it is like Left 4 Dead, just in the sense that you can have a job that you want to do. And I think the genius of this game is that it's not always super like high action. Like the bugs are not always coming for you. So a lot of times it'll just be like it's a good mix of exploration. Like we're just going to look around or dig around and find what it is we're going to do. You know what your objective is, but you just don't know where to find it or which way to go. And so you've got 4 dudes just kind of looking around. Someone might find it. There's a whole ping system like Vermintide had it, or Apex Legends had a really good ping system. This kind of has that sort of thing. It's contextual ping. So sometimes it's just chill and you're just digging around. And there'll be kind of Left 4 Dead moments where the director or whatever will swarm dudes at you. So then it'll let you know. So then you group up so you don't get kind of lost by yourself. And then when you find something, everybody kind of knows it. And so you then start building, like I was saying, like these rigging not platforms, but the pipelines that go to it. So everybody starts working on the pipelines and making a path for the pipe to go. It just naturally brings the team together to achieve objectives. And then the fighting is all right. Like I wouldn't say it's anything super
special. It's intense.
It
can be intense.
It can be. I mean, it's bugs swarming all over, and they'll come out of everywhere. So the game will not only be like guys coming from your objective, but maybe some little nowhere cavern that if you would have gone in there, there's nothing, but suddenly it's a little spawn point for bugs coming out at you and stuff. Yeah. So you got to be careful about those things. You can call down supply drops, so your ammo is limited in this, and every dwarf class has different kinds of
things.
Your
fuel is limited on your stuff.
Even the digger guy who's got the twin diggers, like he'll eventually run out of oil, so you got to fuel him up. So you got to kind of worry about resources just a little bit, and you can sometimes you can mine resources that will allow you to call down like turrets. You can actually build turrets because everybody's a Torbjorn. If you're a dwarf, everybody just does turrets. That's the thing they do. And playing it all the time multiplayer. I mean, you can play single player. It'll give you a little drone dude that'll kind of be a co-gunner kind of guy, but there's people playing it all the time. You can start something single player, but people will join you. There's a server browser that you can, find a game in progress. So you don't have to, if you don't like the early stage of just like looking around, just go join a game that's in progress and you can kind of skip over most of that stuff. There's a lot of progression stuff and things that are going on. I don't really bother too much with those, but you can have a level your character class, but then also just level your global you player. And you get rewards and stuff for that. And everything is unlockable. I mean, it's, there's no DLC for sale that I'm aware of. They're also celebrating like their 5-year anniversary. So right now, if you go in, your dwarf ship is all decked out with like balloons and streamers and things. And,
cool.
And, it's got like special music.
It's a live service game.
Yeah. And they're like still putting stuff into it. And actually, they have a thing right now, and I have not tried it, but they have a mode that you can log into that plays the way the game when it first came out, so that you can sort of see what it was like versus how it plays now.
Galactic Classic.
yeah. Actually, that's right. Did you? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so you can go back and play the game from 2018.
I played it a long time ago. I played it
or whatever.
I played it probably. It's been on Game Pass for a while, so I played it several years ago on Game Pass.
This might be one. If we can find a way to get everybody a copy of this might be one to just have a game night or something.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like Dale. Dale's not going to do Game Pass, so
you might.
We'll find a way to get Dale a copy of Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll just buy a copy if I want to play it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not expensive right now, but I really enjoyed it. I have to admit, after being excited about, the soundtrack is coming out on vinyl, I can't really tell you what the music is like. I'm sure it's fine.
That's probably
but the
ambient,
game itself,
spacey music.
Yeah, dwarfy sorts of things. But generally, it is an uncomplicated game. You don't have to be an expert at it. Usually, as a as a rule, you can just dig towards something and it's cool, and just follow everybody else and do what they're doing, so you can enjoy it and then shoot some bugs and go back.
You have to escape at the end. That's the other. big
That's
thing.
right. So most of these things, you'll either have to get your little mule, your impervious mule, or whatever, drop down a pod and fight your way back through wherever you started.
Yeah, back to the
and
ship.
get back out while things are chasing you, and it just works really well.
So
It's not.
I've got a cool story about that.
Yeah,
I was playing.
Metroid.
I was playing and we had to escape, and I was playing the digger dude, right? And it was intense. There was tons of bugs. We couldn't kill them all. And I'm like, guys, follow me. And I just started digging into the wall, just going up. And I was just paving away, and everyone was behind me, shooting everything behind as I was just digging this hole all the way up to the surface. And we all made it all the way. But it was intense. Like, everyone was just like,
yeah,
it gets pretty hairy at the end. Like, it's almost one of those. It's just like in Left 4 Dead. It's like, oh, we're leaving Bill behind because we ain't going back.
We can't get back there.
We're not
going
to be able to get him up, because if you go down, you can get picked up by your buddies or whatever. But at some point, it's like, well, we don't have the resources. We're out of ammunition. We don't have the ability to get back to Bill. So that guy is just not getting back.
Yeah, it creates a lot. I mean, it's just sort of how emergent gameplay was kind of a thing a few years ago. It provides you a lot of opportunities for just some weird mixy-uppy scenarios, even though you kind of have the formula about how to approach things. It's just stuff starts to go sideways pretty quick as more things
very quickly
and objectives pop up.
That's the point of the game. That's what makes it so much fun. It's just chaotic in a lot of ways, but it's a lot of fun, manageable chaos. That's exciting and interesting.
A simple general idea, but it gives you a lot of fun tools to make.
Yeah, I'd be down to play it, man. I've always wanted to find like a good crew of people to play a bunch of this with, and I haven't really been able to find that. So I'm down.
Let's do it.
Yep,
let's do it. That's what I've been playing. Deep Rock Galactic.
Nice.
That sounds fun.
It is.
Oh, so I've got a Final Fantasy 11. So
I've been waiting all week for this.
2 weeks and change, probably. I've been working on leveling up a new job to the level cap of 99. And so I picked up the Bard job class and took that from, I think it was like at level 17 or something when I started, all the way up to level 99. And in fact, I then got some item level gear that basically puts me up to like level 119.
Wow.
And then, just tonight I actually went on raid, the group that I'm with sometimes these days. And getting lots of fat loot.
So
and fat loots for my Bard.
Is 119 a legal level, or is that just?
No, it's weird. It's like, so you actually cap out at level 99, and from that point on, you're always level 99. But you can still expand in sort of different ways. You can, and one of the ways that you can do that is you can get item level gear, which is effectively the gear that you wear adds levels onto your character. Is kind of how it ends up working out. So like there's 5 armor slots and a weapon slot that have an item level score, and I don't think it's quite an average. I think it's just kind of like you have to have everything at up to a certain level to be that level. And so you'll start getting pieces of gear through from like in-game content that'll be like level 100, 106, 109, 117, 119. And so when you kit yourself out with all level 119 armor and a weapon, then you are effectively level 119. Because what it does is, I'm not sure why they decided to do it this way. I think because it's such an old game, it must be like a technical thing or something. But like in an RPG, like every time you gain a level, 3 points of your base stats or whatever, in addition to whatever abilities you unlock and stuff. So like all the gear at end game has like 1 million stats on it, because it's not only is it building in the like normal gear stats that you get that look cool, like plus accuracy, plus magic damage or whatever. It's also building in your base like strength, charisma, vitality, all that stuff that just randomly gets folded into a level up. But anyway, so now I am at the cap with it's funny because it's more like a soft cap, because you can get to the level cap and then still you can get what's called merit points, and then you can also get what's called capacity points. And capacity points, once you get like 2100 capacity points, you I should say you get 2100 job levels. So like most games, an experience point will get you a level up, right? Well, a capacity point will get you a job level up. Get enough job level ups, and then you'll have mastered that job. And then there's even like a tier higher than that where you master. So it's pretty insane. There's a lot of there's a lot of
end game grind is what that sounds like to me.
There's a lot of that stuff. If that's what. Or the other thing you can do is choose one of the other 22 job classes on your same character and level that up and collect gear for that and do stuff playing that job role. So right now, like I have the samurai job and I have bard both at level 99, and then I've got several that are at level 75, which is most of the way there. But of course, the XP curve gets higher as you go. So you'll spend probably as much time going from 75 to 90, 1 to 60 or 1 to 75 or something.
That's one thing I always really liked about Final Fantasy. Well, 11 and 14 both did the same thing, where you just created one character and then could just switch jobs whenever you wanted.
Isn't that cool? That way, awesome. All of your effort is not just like wasted. Whenever you want to decide, when you decide you want to. Now, if you decide that you want to change races, you have fewer options. But as long as you're happy with your in 11 anyway, as long as you're happy with your race and gender, you can swap to whatever character class, like job class, you want to be. In 14, do they let you change your race? I think they do.
It costs money, but I've done it twice.
Yeah.
I think I got a free one of those. It's like an item you can buy for real, like $10 or something.
I think I remember getting one of those for free also.
Yeah, I got one for free when I beat the first campaign, the Realm Reborn campaign. You get one of those.
Yes, that's right.
Asia or something.
Yeah, that's what it's called. There you go.
And so in 14, I play a Rogadjin, like the big dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In 11, I just play a Hume, one of the humans. Yeah. So I don't know. Just been doing a lot of that. It's funny because one of the thing that I set out to do in this game was to play through a lot of the story, play through all the story stuff. And I was doing that for a long time, and I kind of got to the point where it's like, I can't do any more quests. I got to just go and hit stuff. and now I've hit so many things. I'm like, I'm gonna go do some questing.
So sounds about right.
Yeah. But the bard job is interesting though, because you mostly are not hitting things. You are actually playing songs that are buffs and debuffs. So most of the time you're kind of like running around doing positioning to get the buffs on your party members and that you want, and then like get the debuffs on the enemies and stuff. And it's all about like, it's multipliers, right? So like you hasten the attack patterns of your party members. You also heighten their attack power, and then for like the mages, you can give them a MP refresh sort of thing. It's just a different style.
Yeah, in Final Fantasy 14, the bard is the job for the archer. So you start out as the archer, and then it turns in as the class, and then when you hit level 30, then you turn it into the job, which is the bard.
Which means that's a DPS class, which is weird.
It is, yeah. It does. I think it does have like the buffs, the same type of thing. You have stuff. Plus, the bard can also play actual music. Like there's instruments in game that you can play music with and stuff like that.
Pretty cool.
Which is pretty cool in Final Fantasy. So I have a bard that's pretty high level. I probably got to level 40 or so. 50, maybe in Final Fantasy.
What's the cap in that game? 80 or something?
Yeah, it's pretty high at this point. 90 maybe. 90 sounds about right.
I think. It's been so long since I played that one that I don't remember what level I'm.
Yeah, the final ability you get as the bard in Final Fantasy 14 is a buff. It's called Radiant Finale, and
nice.
It is a buff. Increases damage dealt by self and party members by 6%.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
I liked it. I didn't think I usually don't like ranger type classes, but for whatever reason,
that's interesting because in 11 it's that they don't even have a ranged weapon. I mean, their instrument slots into on the character sheet. Basically, there's a ranged slot. That's where their instrument goes, and you swap it out. So it'll either be like some sort of flute or some sort of harp, and depending on the song that you're playing, you have, one instrument that does +1 to that song or whatever. So you'll be carrying around like 6 instruments and swapping them out.
Oh, that's cool.
Depending on what song you're playing.
I like the unique classes like that. Like I think that's cool.
Bard has always been like a really in demand in 11 because it was always seen the XP multiplier because it would just make your partying so much more efficient that everybody wanted to go and get XP with a Bard in the party just because it was made things faster.
Yeah. Yep. Same with like the Red Mage, right? I played a Red Mage.
Yeah, Red Mage, same deal. They both fulfilled the same that sort of support slot.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, hey, it's still on my list to maybe log in and try it out again.
Check it out.
I don't know, because I'm not going to tell you, but I reinstalled WoW the other day because I needed some comfort gaming.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even going to talk about it, but since you mentioned Final Fantasy 11 again, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
and I started a new class, so I'm not even playing the Dragonfly.
What's the new class?
I've been playing Paladin, which is not new.
Paladin,
I played a Paladin before, but
like a Tauren Paladin or what?
I played another one. What? I'm playing a
Tauren?
tank.
What is it? Definitely what?
Paladin?
Yeah. No, I mean, what race?
Oh, there's like maybe 10 different extra races you can unlock by getting specific achievements and then them doing like an unlock quest line or something like that. So
you do a quest line on one character in order to unlock the ability to play as another character.
Yeah,
of a
so
race.
you basically had to finish the Legion storyline in Argus, which is like the last area. You had to finish that storyline, and then once you did that, then you could unlock the Lightforged Draenei, and they're called Void Elves, is I think what they're called.
Huh.
So they're basically reskin Night Elves and a reskin Draenei with like a different racial
I
abilities.
think Legion was the last time that I played that game. I don't think I finished in the.
Legion was great. It's probably my favorite.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I like the storyline of the Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about WoW. You started this.
What have I done?
All right. I do have some new releases, though. Thanks to tech-gaming.com. As mentioned before, the Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC is out. It's $10. I think it might be worth checking that out. I don't know. Maybe it's on Apple Arcade. I'll fire it.
I don't know to what extent, if it's like a reskin or if it's a whole new.
I think it's a whole new thing. I think it's a new thing.
I mean, it's Castlevania. They're paying homage to what is pretty clearly the inspiration behind the game. So, I mean, it seems like it'd probably be pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like items. So you have like the cross you can throw, the little boomerang thing, and 20 iconic characters, 14 new weapons, and 50 songs. So a bunch of music they brought in.
Ooh, that's cool.
So remixed Castlevania music. That sounds awesome.
I like that.
I've always wondered how you could throw a crucifix and have it come back to you like a boomerang. It just doesn't seem. I've never been able to do it. I mean, I get kicked out of every church.
If you throw it like 20 feet up and then it comes straight back at you.
I mean, especially if it stabs in a vampire, you're not getting that back.
Yeah, right.
No, it just grazes them as it goes by.
Is that how it works? I see.
Yeah, it cuts them up with holy juice. Anyway, that's the only new release that even mattered on the list that we looked at Tech-Gaming. They probably
sparse.
Maybe they missed something. Anyway, we have a bunch of leaked new Destiny guns though, because the new expansion just came out. That's not on our list.
Right.
All the guns last week.
I think we had it last week. Yeah, this week the one that was not on our list, but a lot of people seem to be talking about is that Legend of Lo Hung or Lo Wong or whatever it's called.
Oh, I saw that on the list.
It's like a Chinese sort of Dark Souls kind of thing. But I've heard the first boss is bad, and that's all I can tell you about it.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah.
Some new Destiny guns come out though as part of the
Lightbringer.
Lightfall.
Oh yeah, Lightfall.
Lightfall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There's a new class, like a whippy
Strand is what it's called.
Yeah.
Wait, a fourth class in Destiny?
It's a new subclass.
No way.
So it's not a class, it's a subclass, which I guess is a class.
It's a subclass for each of the main classes?
Right. I think I heard it's really fun though. I have a buddy who's way into Destiny, and he was telling me.
I've heard you can do like just some nutso stuff with it.
Yeah,
like
he said it was really cool, really fun to play with. Apex Point. This is a new Destiny gun coming out.
Sniper rifle.
Yep. There's one called Row.
Hand cannon.
And another one called No Longer Home. Yeah.
Sniper rifle? I don't know.
Maybe another sniper rifle, yeah.
Because you had to go a long way to get to your perch.
I think it's a shotgun.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah. And finally, The Smile Alchemist.
That's a bow.
Yeah, you get it from the final boss of the first raid. That's where that one comes
very
from.
happy.
Yeah, exactly. Power Wash Simulator is getting a free update. It is called Midgar, and it's a Final Fantasy VII tie-in. It's free.
I've seen people like washing off the Buster Sword.
I'm just curious how Power Wash Simulator finagled this deal with Square, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
That is a weird one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're, as we'll see in our news speed run, they are transitioning their leadership. So someone probably slid something in there.
Yeah, like here, sign this. It's probably like what our legislature does. They like slip in some extra bullshit.
Just like really fast at the end.
You're sign these documents that have to do with our bonuses, the bonus structure for the year. Approve these, and they just are signing away and then sign away this deal with
like,
Power Wash Simulator.
Yep.
Xbox games with gold are out, and again, these are kind of getting bad because they just want you to be on Game Pass anyways. So, Truderbrook, Lamentum, and Sudden Strike, which no one has ever heard of and no one will ever play. They're free.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have never gotten a single Xbox game with gold ever in my life.
Really? I get them all the time. I'm like,
I get all the PlayStation ones. I don't get the games with gold for some reason.
Really? Also every week on Epic Games Store. But if you're into freebies, just a reminder, come join us on our Discord server where we keep everybody up to date on the free
Who
stuff.
isn't into freebies?
No one's not into freebies.
Occasionally when I remember, I'll open up the Epic Game Store and download them.
Yeah. Well, we make it easy. We have a little channel for
anyway.
it. Hey, out there in the world of news, the only big notable thing last week, we had a lot of awards ceremonies and people were doing their, dissemination of new releases and stuff like that. This week we have another one of those, the Paradox Announcement Show 2023, everything that got announced. First of all, Cities Skylines 2 is now a thing, and it looks pretty legit. I mean, if you look at the buildings and the stuff that's under construction and sweeping vistas and all of that, it looks pretty amazing. Weather effects, people, all kinds of things going around in City Skylines 2. They promised the most realistic city simulation ever created, transportation, economy systems, construction and customization options, lots of modding. And the first game came out in 2015, just as a reminder. So It's about time. Yeah. From the Jared Dunn file, Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments expansion. Not a lot to say about that. However, for the reigning champion Game Bytes winner Battletech, Harebrained Schemes, the studio that did Battletech and also Shadowrun, have announced a new sort of XCOM style turn-based strategy game that also is vaguely Indiana Jonesy, called the Lamplighters League, and it's sort of set in an alternate history 1933, and that has been kind of an interesting setting for games in the past.
It's the Lamplighters League of Extraordinary Gentlemen starring Sean Connery.
There you
really
go.
Good.
There you go. That's a good one. Europa Universalis 4, that's also from the Jared Dunn file. We also have a Surviving the Aftermath expansion pack called Rebirth, terraforming and stuff like that for survivors who are into those things. And then we have Knights of Pen and Paper, which I see this title around sometimes. I've never actually played one, but apparently they're up to number 3. So Knights of Pen and Paper 3 is coming out. Stellaris Overlord and Stellaris First Contact. These are a couple of expansions for Stellaris.
More expansions.
Empire management.
You know how much DLC is part of Stellaris right now?
Probably a bunch.
There's so much DLC. It's like $200 worth of DLC.
It's
like
crazy.
A stupid amount of DLC.
It's like every week since that game released, they've come out with some kind of.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And then finally, here's something really interesting. Paradox is getting into the Sims area where no one else besides EA or Maxis has really gotten too much into. I mean, aside from stuff like, Stardew Valley and whatever, but they've got something from their studio Paradox Tectonic, which was formed in 2019. They're releasing a game called Life by You, and they will reveal that more fully later this month. And it's actually led by Rod Humble, who was actually someone who worked on both The Sims and Second Life. And so Paradox is going to jump in and see if they can steal the crown after 20 years.
EA hasn't done much with Sims lately.
No, although they did make The Sims 4 free. And then they've been, I don't know if they're selling expansion packs.
They haven't done much with The Sims lately.
Yeah, that's right. Anyhow, so that's what's been on offer over at Paradox. Apart from that, the news has been pretty slow, but we're going to speed it up with the news speed run.
Dude,
Start
there's
that
so
music.
much good stuff on this speed run today.
So much good stuff.
All this stuff could have been like actual talking points.
It could have been.
But I'd rather have them be speed run items.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it off with the Playdate. That's right, the handheld with the crank.
Oh yeah,
is going to see announcements.
On my predictions for the year list. I'm excited.
They have a Playdate update showcase. So tune into that. All tens of you that are going to.
They say that they've sold 25,000 of these things, these little cranky handhelds. So
okay, I kind of want one.
As we've been saying,
Kinda want one.
We've been predicting the announcement of Nintendo's Donkey Kong, the Cranky Caper for the Playdate.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait.
Kerbal Space Program 2, which is something that I know Jared's been waiting for a while as an aeronautics kind of guy, has now released in early access, but there have been some complaints about it, and its player count has already dropped below that of the original game, which is still being played.
Well, that's not a good sign. Speaking of betas, Diablo 4 beta system requirements low enough you could run the game 10, which good sign because I'm still running the same PC I was 10 years
that's
ago.
me. I'm running on a 12-year-old rig now.
Nice,
right? And they're not going to stream this thing.
Hogwarts Legacy has delayed their previous gen version, so we're talking about Xbox One and PlayStation 4 until sometime in May, and it'll be coming to the Switch in July. Funny thing is, just today I was talking to a friend of mine. And he asked me, "Hey, have you played that Harry Potter game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I checked it out." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it, but I gotta wait until the PlayStation 4 version comes out. I don't have a PlayStation 5." So he's going to buy it on the PlayStation 4. He's looking forward to it. So there you go.
Well, that's cool. It'll be interesting to see if because, it was a big selling game. It was a big popular streaming game. I'll be interested to see if it moves the needle as far as sales go when those old gen versions come out.
Yeah.
In the land of mods, Skyrim has, there's a new mod out on the, I guess, for the Skyrim.
Nexus mods.
Yeah, Nexus mods that will voice the Dovahkiin, who's normally a silent protagonist, the Dragonborn, and it'll use AI now in terms of like what AI is
so
doing.
cool.
They now have it voiced by AI, which I'm all for it. I think that's kind of a cool idea.
Cool. Well, Metroid Fusion announced for Switch online expansion pack. GBA.
That's cool. Fusion's a good game.
I beat Metroid Fusion last year. I beat it.
That's the one where Dark Samus is chasing you around.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because it's the Dark
Metroid
Samus
4.
that was the X Samus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. There will be no Vampire Survivors sequel unless the creator, quote, comes up with something radically new.
I think that's wise. Like, I don't know if, you can't really iterate on an auto shooter formula.
He's not going to strike gold twice. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's true.
The next thing that he makes should be like a Zachtronics game, just like completely different.
There you go.
Completely different take on, anything.
Well, here's the thing. He is giving up some space to a new Deep Rock Galactic spinoff called Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which is a Vampire Survivors auto shooter with mining, which is in early access coming out this year.
Nice.
Radically different.
Nice.
There's no way a game about surviving in mining ever take off.
Nice.
Anyway, Overwatch 2 apparently having a One Punch Man costume. Canonically, the characters are aware of the One Punch Man and they are fans.
That's fair. That's
sure.
One Punch Man is
Overwatch is so realistic.
Yeah.
And whatever year Overwatch takes place, One Punch Man is still relevant, apparently.
That's right.
Overwatch was always like perpetually in like it's like a parallel universe that is always 3 years.
Yeah, right.
EA lays off 200 Apex Legends QA testers via Zoom,
which is pretty impressive. I've never been able to get that many people in a Zoom meeting before. So
we have at my work.
Really? Well, be careful, I guess, from now on, because there's no safety in numbers on a Zoom meeting.
It's true.
Puma, the sportswear manufacturer, has revealed Final Fantasy XIV branded shoes.
Getting these.
And it's fine. They're just regular shoes with some colors.
Oh, you got to get the +1 versions if you want.
I want these.
They will
automatically
drop according to your job class.
Yes.
I have to buy them from Japan.
If you're a disciple of war versus a disciple of magic, it depends which one of those is.
$125.
These shoes are going to help my great axe skills.
They're gonna help you run faster and jump higher.
Well, after 10 years, Yosuke Matsuda is stepping down as the Square Enix president.
You know, it's funny because the last time I
10
really,
years.
the last time I thought about it, it was Yoichi Wada, and I guess that was 10 years ago.
All right.
Maybe nobody thought of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
what was 10 years ago? 2013. Wow, man.
Final Fantasy.
The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
Skyrim came out the first time.
No,
that was
the
actually
fourth time.
that was like 14 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wow.
Yep.
And finally on the list here, ethanol fumes from a Jack Daniel barrel house is causing Last of Us style fungus growth in Lincoln County, Tennessee. So beware of the
I don't know if we can
cordyceps.
call it Last of Us style.
Is there a picture on this article? Do I need to see the picture?
Like
yeah,
moving around and
It's like
eating
growing
people.
on trees and all kinds of. Well, it's the fungus itself, not necessarily the clickers or anything, but it's just like the, because the idea that they added in the TV show is that it's like the fungus is reacting to warmer climates or something like that. So it's not.
The fungus is among us.
The fungus is among us. The fungus is among us. Folks, we also are among us here at the Game Bytes Show podcast.
We are also a little sus.
We a little sus here. Truly, we are among us.
I saw Legrand going into a vent a little while ago.
You know what? I vote him out the airlock. That's it. That's it. You drink that water. It's the last water you're
Fine,
gonna
I'm
drink.
out of here.
Yep. Peacing out. Folks, if you have any thoughts or comments about any of the games that we've talked about this week, if you want to share the games that you're playing, come join us over at our Discord server. You can find us over at GameByteShow.com. That'll link you over to our Podbean website, where you can find a link on every episode to an open invitation to our Discord server. You can come
And
there.
the crankiest dank memes.
The crankiest, dankiest.
The dankest crang memes.
The crankiest crang
This side of the Technodrome.
That's right. The Dimension X, it's right here on our Discord. And you can just chit chat with us. You can play games with us. We may be getting a Deep Rock Galactic session going soon, so we'll have some fun doing that. It happens occasionally. We haven't played with the community for a while. Usually we're just too old and tired, but we'll muster it up this
Most
week.
of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Just old and tired and fungus. And then, of course, you can find us over at youtube.com/GameByteShow, where we will broadcast this thing live every week. We'll let you know what's going on and tell you what's new in the world of video games, what we've been playing, and the kinds of things that you should be caring about out there if you are a fan of video games. And guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode of your Game Bytes Show podcast. I want to thank my two co-hosts, Dale and Legrand. Guys, wave to the people out there on YouTube. Yay, everybody. Jazz hands. That's right. The princess wave. Guys, that is going to do it for this episode of your Game Bytes Show podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
I'll be seeing you.
I'm installing Deep Rock Galactic.
Nice. Yeah, the only thing is it's not cross-platform. So
Oh shit! It's not.
No, even if you have the Steam version versus the window, like if you have so the way it'll work is PlayStation 4 and 5 can play together because they're basically the same game. Xbox and the Microsoft Store version will play together, and I think that's it.
That's fine. Everyone should be playing on Game Pass anyways.
Yeah, I can.
It's $29.99 on Xbox.
Wow, that's kind of expensive. I mean, probably totally worth it.
I mean, that's like what a game used to back in the day.
Yeah, I know. At least it's not 70, I suppose.
Man.
Yeah.
It's only 2.6 gigabytes.
It's such a simple little thing. It's almost like a toy.
So awesome.
Yeah, but it's
2.6 gigabytes, man. It's such a huge game. It's insane.
Yeah, like you'll break
It's
into
weird.
a cavern and it's just gigantic, and you're like, whoa! And your computer will just. I mean, I guess I'm playing it on GeForce Now, so I'm running it on a pretty cool rig. But yeah, I guess that'll be a thing. We'll have to figure out like what version to play, because it was on. Well, that's the thing. So it was on PS Plus at one point too, but you would have to have got PS Plus.
Oh, I probably have it there then as well.
Yeah,
It's probably part
If
of the
you
PS Plus.
went and triggered
extra
it to
or
be
whatever.
added to your account, right?
yeah, right, correct. Yeah.
My gosh, dude.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Other than that, I wonder if it's. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's going to be the only tricky thing is for it to triangulate ways to play it. But it sounds like we got a few options in any case.
You know what they should do is combine Deep Rock Galactic with Elite Dangerous and just make it the way that you mine asteroids in Elite.
Would you want people, though, to have to be at the same asteroid in order to mine the same asteroid together?
I wouldn't mind if it was like an instance sort of thing where like, you know, you and I could fly to different asteroids, galaxy, but like be instanced to the same mining,
Right, the same
instance or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really mind that.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Diablo 4, guys.
When is that beta?
Yeah, you have to sign
March
up.
17th, I think. I'm really excited. I kind of want to play Diablo 3, but I also want to get burned out on Diablo before Diablo 4 comes out.
I played a little bit of Diablo Immortal. I talked about it on the show, but...
And what'd you think?
It's all right. Actually, I was fairly impressed with it because of the controller. Because you could hit a few buttons at the same time, which I don't think you'd be able to do just using soft controls on like a phone.
Yeah, I played it on PC and I thought it was fine, but I didn't think it was superior to Diablo 3, which it would have to be to make me want to play it.
Yeah, right.
What the hell?
4 now. Could be a different story.
Dude, 4's gonna be so good.
Oh, I guess I should stop my recording.
Is it gonna be so good?
Probably not.
Better be.
But you never know.
I don't care what anyone says.
It could be.
Overwhelm us all.
But you know, Diablo 3, that's a really high bar.
We've
So
been under siege for 6 days now.
I mean, they could end up making a good game and it not be that good. You know what I mean?
I mean, it took a while for Diablo 3 to like really hit its stride, though.
It's true. It did take some like false starts and you know.
I mean, it was fun playing through the story or whatever, but when
what they call that, like the 2.0, Loot 2.0
or something.
Yeah, that was when it really took off.
Yeah.
And then the seasons after that.
We're on season 28, by the way. Which I hear they actually added some stuff from.
There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
They made some mechanics in part of the season that was what they're doing for Diablo 4. So people are excited about checking it out as a way to promote Diablo 4.
I haven't watched Battle Map.
Not enough spirit.
I'm gonna launch it now to see if I can sign up for beta.
It's open beta. The open beta is closed beta. You have to have the game pre-bought. Otherwise, there's closed beta or open beta is the 24th. Closed beta is like the 17th or something like that. Anyway.
I'll bring that down. I need spirit.
All right, I got my file all saved. I have not posted last week's thing yet. I'm gonna just see if Jared can, unless Dale, if you've still got. I mean, I don't know. I got to figure out how to generate some more AI things.
You have to pay for it.
Yeah, if Jared's already paying for it, I'll just make him do it.
There you go. He probably is. He's been generates them all the time.
That's right.
I got to make some more AI voice clips of Jeremy. Get my money's worth out of that thing.
Oh, do you pay for that?
Yeah. I put like, it was like a couple dollars or something for like 5,000 words or something like that.
Oh, I was gonna ask how they yeah, like if you could have somebody read like a book or something.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Huh,
That Skyrim mod though sounds like pretty legit.
I looked at it. It's actually not bad. I mean, you could have it like Microsoft Sam or something, but it turned out the thing whatever they're using is pretty good.
Well, I mean, you saw what it did with your voice, right? You could take anyone's voice and put it in there. You
Yeah,
take
yeah.
like Matthew Mercer's voice or the voice of any character from any game. Just get a big old monologue of whatever. And
You know what? Just get
upload it
Nolan
and-
North.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like I was surprised at how good that thing did your voice with all your little mannerisms.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Bloop. I uploaded my file.
Cool. Ugh. All right, sirs. Well, I will.
Shit.
Oh, Dale's Dale's broken. Can you still hear us? Oh, can he? Okay. All right. Well, then I'll let Dale go. I'll let you go, Legrand, and I'll just see if I can get Jared to get us the thing's ready to go. I just, wanted to because you opened it. See, that's your first mistake is trying to do stuff. Good job.
All right, say bye to the guys on the stream.
All right. Bye, YouTube. Yeah.